can start now. It's 11 here, 11 a.m. here in US, and maybe it's 8 p.m. Pakistan. So आज का topic है career in cybersecurity. Before I go there, if you look at the internet reports, there has been increase of more than 600% increase in the cyber attacks during COVID, and that's the report I'm talking about from the last few months ago. So there is an increase in these kind of attacks and compromises and everything because the new norm we are living today, और इसके अलावा भी overall जो market में because of cloud and for so many reasons there is a demand. So that's why आज के topic में discuss करना है कि what should you be planning as a if you want to be your career in cyber security, कि job market क्या है, growth किस तरीके से हो रही है, and then what do you need to know कि इसमें आपको एज अ करियर किस तरीके से लेना है. And you can even transition in cybersecurity. You can start a new career in cybersecurity, and companies are investing it, and there's a huge demand from different angles. So, as like every show, I try to bring one expert. So I have today with me Imran, is a cybersecurity expert in his area, and we'll have some chat and we'll try to address some of the questions. So let me just add Imran and then we go from there.
Hey,
how are you, Imran?
Very good. How you doing?
Good, alhamdulillah.
Thanks for hooking me up on such an amazing initiative, Adnan bhai. I'm really honored.
Yep, thank you, man. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and we go from there.
So right now I'm working in a financial sector as a cybersecurity operations engineer in one of the financial giants. We have global operations. Right now I'm looking into SOC operations, looking into security line 2 jobs, and we'll talk about how the line 2 works. Kind of pretty hands-on kind of a guy. Before that, I worked in Pakistan. State Bank of Pakistan as assistant director. I was doing investigations and inspections. So this briefly about me.
So one more thing to add here to the audience, we both are graduates from Sir Syed University, Pakistan, and I did my master from US. I think you also did some masters right from here in US. Today we're going to talk about some basic stuff. The idea is that in next 10-12 minutes we want to give it something to the audience and the students about cybersecurity. So let's talk about some of the thing on a high level. Definition of cybersecurity.
These are two things: cyber and then security, right? And people generally confuse a lot about cybersecurity. Hey, this is something very new. Hey, it's not new. Cybersecurity has always been around since the cyber thing or the computer thing is in the market. It is gaining traction these days. It is getting headlines these days. So what is cybersecurity? It's about securing your data, securing your systems, securing your humans. In total, it is about securing your going concern. That is your business main objective, right? Because we have seen in past, and I'm not talking about very past, it's about the recent past. We have seen that cyber attacks, we'll talk about what is cyber attack. We have seen cyber attacks have taken down a lot of businesses. Name it, Sony, name it, Target. It's a US brand that has a chain of stores. It take down a very big blow. Sony almost gone down to the rubbles. And then since we have a majority of people in Pakistani market, how can you forget what happened 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago in K Electric? How can you forget what happened last year or maybe a year before in one of the financial sector in Pakistan? And so cybersecurity is an issue. And it's what is cybersecurity? There is a asset that you own that generates value for you. Then there's someone who tries to take down this asset, and then you are trying to defend on it. Simple as that. That's happens with any asset, be it your car, be it your home, be it your money. The cyber thing, if it is earning for you, if it has an economic value, people would try to sabotage us. So this is by and large a high level understanding where this whole cybersecurity things comes from and why people are talking so much about that. So understand there's the whole economics behind that.
Right, and also the reason is that because people are more depending every day on not IT but like consumerization of like apps and all that. So we're getting very close to user adoption. Before 20 years ago, it was just the companies who used to do it. Now, a user control with these devices. So you have your personal data, you have your financial data, you have your apps, and
Absolutely.
that's why there is a requirement, there's a need to protect these data, because there's a motive behind it where somebody can compromise and make money out of it. And that's the whole thing. It's like thief and police, like cop kind of thing, you know. So, and that people need to understand, that's why it's going to go more and more, because there's going to be more and more consumerization. And especially it yet had to begin with 5G.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna,
yeah. It's going to turn the tables around. And
yep.
Adnan bhai, I want to add one more thing. So back
Sure.
in the days when I used to go for interviews, and I'm talking about the big banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the big entities who are been around for 150 years. Do you know how they pitch themselves to you? They say, hey, we are no more a bank. We are a technology company working in a financial space. So now you
Okay.
see how they are actually portraying themselves. A bank is saying, you see, we are not a bank. Actually, we are a technology company in a financial space. So you see, that's what Adnan Bhai is saying. The reliance of companies, even the financial companies, on technology is so much that that it is actually the driving force these days.
Right.
Apps, your internet banking, everything is online, right? And the COVID has proven that if you do not have an online presence, probably you are just gone to dust, right?
Out of business, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on that, because we have our audience mix and we always take the question, but depending. So somebody wanted to start the career, right? There are some steps. So how can they start in the field of cybersecurity, or even the people they want to transition?
So one thing, that's not for cybersecurity, but let's talk about for any given field,
Okay.
especially in technology. Yes, there is always a debate. There are two sections, polars, a left wing, a right wing. One
Mhm.
says, I hate degrees, I do not want degrees. And one say, hey, there is no world without a degree. Okay, so you ask my opinion. Well, from my opinion, I would say I have been benefited from my couple of masters and an engineering degree.
Mhm.
So you would say, okay, and then am I advocating on the degree, because I've done few certifications as well. So the idea is that, hey, what you do when you go for a hunting, you take all your hunting gears, right? You take your knife, you take your lamps, you take your fire sticks, you take everything. So if you are coming into a new field, that is your career, that is your life, won't you take all the gears into it? So I
Right.
would say, yes, do a degree if you can. There is no substitute of it.
Right.
But then it is not the end of the world. If you cannot go for a degree, ma'am, I know degree is a 4-year program, and then a master's probably 6-year, mate. I agree. Certifications would help. So
Right.
do certifications. But what is the key, Adnan Bhai? Adnan Bhai, the key is evolving. You do a
Right.
degree, you do a certification. Things should not stop there. You should keep moving ahead. You should
Yep.
keep going ahead. As I always say in my talks, the change is the only constant.
I was
And
gonna say that.
when you, yeah, and when you are in the cybersecurity world, Adnan bhai, you knows every day is a new day. You miss couple of days and you say, oh, it's a brand new world. I'm outdated. This
Yeah.
happens in cybersecurity, and probably this is why it is so lucrative. That's why
Right.
your employer is going to pay you, because
Right.
they want you to be running and jogging with the time.
Right.
And remember, threat landscape is changing. The hackers are not sleeping. They are working 24/7 around the globe. So why are you? So if
Right.
they are improving yourself, you should be improving yourself as well. So again, I would not say go for the degree, do not go for a degree. But if you can go for a degree, take your
So
best shot.
right. So next question. Yeah. So do you need to be really very technical if you are pursuing a career?
Oh, that's a very important question, and I know why, because this scares a lot of people. Yes, some people think if you have to be in cybersecurity, you have to be very, very hands-on. You have to be very script oriented. You have to be know a lot of tools. Well, that's kind of correct. But let me tell you how the cybersecurity domain works in corporate sectors. Generally, in corporate sectors, there are three lines: line one, line two, and line three. So what they are? So line one are generally the guys who are very techies. Probably these are the operational and engineering guys who are administering your firewalls, your systems, your PCs, your IDS, IPS, your routers, switches. So this is the line one of security. But you'll say, 1 second, these guys are operational guys, right? They are not the
Right.
security guys. No,
Right.
they are the security guys because they are responsible for the configuration of those
Right.
guys, and they have to make sure that these devices are configured per the baseline, secure baselines. They're hardened accordingly. They are matching and
Right.
meeting your security requirements and patching in time. So they are the first line of defense. Then come the second line of defense that are called cybersecurity guys like me. Cybersecurity engineering guys, we look after SIM, we look after UEBAs, we look after CASBs. These are all the solutions that are actually meant for the cybersecurity or security, whether it's for detection, whether it's for the prevention. And in the same thing, you can be a SOC guy, a SOC analyst, the security operations center analyst. You do not need to be very technical, but yes, you need to have a certain understanding of the system and a certain understanding of the processes. So in line 2, you can be either very technical and you can be a little less technical. And then there comes a line 3, CISO office. CISO or ISO office are the guys who generally make the cybersecurity policies, encryption policies, system policies, proper usage policies. Then IT auditors, you do a CISA and you become an IT auditor. I have been an IT auditor for some time. So I think it's also not a bad start because you have a mix of technical and you have a mix of governance-based things. Then IT risk management, ITRM guys, they are also layer 3 guys. Consultants. So these are the things they do not ask you to be very much acclimatized with some particular tool or very script oriented. You can so you can come in the industry, you can get your foot in, and then transition where you want to end up.
Right.